Okay. So I just watched the movie called The Substance. So for y'all that don't know what The Substance is, it's a movie that has Demi Moore in it, Margaret Margaret Qually, and Dennis Quaid, I think that's his name. Those are basically the main characters. All right. So just to give a breakdown of the movie. Um she is like a video exercise video person that became really famous, very successful. Um they show like in the movie like she got a Hollywood star and everything, and she winds up going in the bathroom. It's her 50th birthday, right? She goes in the bathroom and she overhears her boss, because she uses the men bathroom because the women was out of order, say that they're going to cancel her because she's too old and they're looking for a newer her, right? So she's so fixed in on what she just heard and all that stuff that she's driving home and she sees them taking her board uh down billboard down, and she gets in an accident. Now the movie never shows if it was because she wasn't paying attention or if a car just ran into her. You don't know. It just doesn't let you know. But anyway, she winds up at the doctor's, and while she's getting checked out, she just starts crying. And the one of the younger doctors winds up putting a uh the substance in her pocket. That's what they called it. In her pocket for her to be able to become a younger, better her. So, what I loved about the movie is that they break it down in the beginning to the point that even if you were slow, you would kind of get the concept. Like they like do this demonstration of an egg and how a duplicate egg comes out. So it kind of reminds you of a clone, but it's not a clone because a clone is exactly you. This one is like a younger, better you, if that makes sense. So anyway, the thing is, you are still the clone. So it's like a matrix. So it's the older version of Demi, and then there's the younger one, which is Margaret, right? You only can be, you have to do 7 on, 7 off. So Demi is the matrix, and Margaret is the substance. So I guess think of like, a substitute, but a better substitute. But anyway, but you had to follow the rules: 7 days on, 7 days off. The switch. So anyway, she wound up the job she was at wound up putting out an ad uh for the next Elizabeth, because that's what her name in the movie was called, right? So they put this ad for next Elizabeth or whatnot, and Margaret, which in the movie name is Sue, winds up going. All right, because that was the whole point. Like she didn't want her, she couldn't accept she got older and her career uh was done, because they wanted someone younger and more, spice things up. So that's what her manager, who was Dennis, the boss, Dennis Quaid, was. All right. So anyway, It has some funny parts as well. Like it's this one part I can't not do this review without saying that he's talking to her and he's like eating seafood and just tearing his seafood up, and he don't even finish what he says about, basically telling her, she done got too old or whatnot, and he sees another guy and he just peels off, right? But it's crazy. I just feel like how they did her was wrong. Like, but in the real world, this probably do really happen in Hollywood, probably. So anyway, she starts taking it, right? So in the beginning, Margaret is actually doing what she supposed to do 7 days on, and then you switch, right? Well, as she get more famous, she winds up getting greedy and decides to take extra time. Now, every time she takes extra time, there's consequences for it. And it happens to actually the older version of Demi, who is Elizabeth. So she winds up her the first thing that start happening, her fingers start uh uh degenerate like degenerating because she took extra hours, right? So like every time they would switch back, now mind you, I would tell you, like when they do would switch, it was like when they went down, it would bottled me like boom, like wow, okay, Jesus. Like that's how I was every time I would see it, right? But to get to the thing, like she started not listening. So the more that she would do it, the more the bad her skin would get, the older she would look. Like it was just awful. And when I say it threw me to a loop at the end, basically she she winds up trying to terminate the actual substance, but stops. And it says, once you terminate, that's it. She revolves it back. And when she does that, the substance beat the living mess out of her, like till she's like dead. And the substance wound up trying to duplicate herself. Now, mind she's not a real person, so she can't really do it. So it winds up looking like a monster. So at the end, she wind up being a total monster. But my review on the actual movie is I think it was a very good movie. It threw me in the loop. It kept me interested. Um, I was not expecting that look at the end, the monster look at the end. It was like, wow, I was not expecting that. But it grasps your attention and you want to know, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because you see that Margaret is getting more popular and famous, and and greeting. You want to know what's going to happen with her not doing the 1 week in and the 1 week off, and definitely at the end you definitely see what happens, and it looks it looks so awful, like really bad. But Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 8, and I definitely would have to agree. It was a really, 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 really good movie. So um, I enjoyed it. I liked it. Is it for kids? No, because obviously there's some nudity there. So a lot of nudity because each time they switch. So yeah, but definitely go see it. It's definitely worth going to see, and I definitely glad that I went to see it. It was great. So, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know what movie y'all would want me to review, which ones y'all liked or didn't like, and I can go see it and let y'all know what my thoughts on it as well. But yeah, so I definitely thought that was like crazy how It was very intense. Now, when she tried to save the substance, which was Margaret, uh, I wasn't expecting her to react the way she reacted for the simple fact that at one point she was terminating her. So Margaret sees the termination thing on there and she gets so upset that she start beating the living mess out of Margaret. I mean out of Demi. So I was not expecting that. So that was my biggest like, oh my God, like I can't believe that. Like, so that was my first like, wow. The second wow was when Margaret decided that she is going to try to be her own matrix. Now, mind you, she is a substance, so a substance trying to be a matrix. And it creates a monster. So you have this beautiful substance and outcome, this monster that they call her, and it has demi face, it has a mixture of a unfunctional, deformed person, which was like even with me seeing it, I was like ugh. I must say, I was like ill. So yeah, it definitely baffled me. Um, but it was the overall good movie. I cannot. I have no complaints. Like I really don't. I really think Demi and Margaret and Dennis did a really good job because Dennis, the stuff that came out his mouth, it just made you laugh. Like he was like, "Dang, that was really messed up," but it was funny as well. Um, and the way he tried to not basically tell her she was getting fired and canceled was beyond me. But yeah, the substance is in theaters. Go see it. Let me know what y'all guys think about it. Let me know if you liked it. If you already seen it, let me know what you thought. If you didn't, if you did like it, uh, just let me know. But those were my thoughts on it. So thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.